My name's Leanne Brown and the degree that I studied was early childhood studies. So the first placement we were required to do was the 0 to 2 baby room. So I got in touch with the nursery and sort of went for a show around and things, and then they offered me a placement. It started off as being more of an observational kind of role, and then I sort of went in and was a bit more kind of hands-on the placement and actually took more of a sort of staff role. Every day was so different, and you would come home with some hilarious stories that had happened, and it was just like, I knew that I'd made the right decision working with children when I started that placement. Because even though I didn't want a career with 2-year-olds, I knew I wanted to be a primary school teacher. It definitely sort of solidified that I'd made the right choice in terms of working with children. And then obviously being offered a job at the end of the placement as well. So I did that job part-time. It was part-time during uni weeks. And then when I was in half term, I did full-time hours and in some holidays and stuff as well. So that just, obviously it gave me the extra income, it gave me a lot more experience, and I was sort of able to take more of a staff role in terms, obviously on placement you're a lot more observational, whereas when you're a staff member you're expected to do everything. So I had my own key group and things like that, and there's things that just excelled that learning really. So yeah, that was really good. Some of the skills that I learned on placement, I would say definitely communication. That was a big one, because it was kind of like you're going from your uni friends to speaking to 2-year-olds, and it's a bit like you think, whoa, am I going to be able to do this? So that was one. Confidence definitely is one as well. I've carried that over to what I'm doing now, which is my teacher training. Like, it's massively helped me. If you're thinking about doing a placement, I would say find one earlier than later, because it's quite competitive. Definitely talk to the placement before, see if you can get a show around, because that looks amazing. They love that. And it just makes you feel better as well, having a show around, because it's a bit more, you don't feel as nervous about going to the placement and for the first day, because you've already seen it and you've kind of already said hello to the staff and things. So it just puts you at ease. So definitely do it earlier. But I would say sort of like get your cover letters done, get your CVs done, get the application forms done, because it just sort of, that looks a lot better than someone that's just sent an email to a company. They would much prefer that. And me as a professional now, I'd rather read a cover letter and something that's had effort that's gone into it than just an email. Another thing as well would be the Career Studio. They can really, really help in terms of writing the cover letters and writing the CVs and your application forms and things. So I would say use them, because they're there to help with that sort of thing.